Number one is know your purpose in communicating. It means you need to know the reason why you communicate, whether to inform, to entertain, or to persuade. And number two is know your audience. In both speaking and writing, you should know your audience, as it will dictate the speaking or writing style you are going to employ. Example, in both speaking and writing, you should know your audience as it will dictate the speaking or writing style are going to employ. Consider the age, educational background, profession, culture, and other interests of your listeners or readers. Let's proceed to number 3. Know your topic. This also applies to writing. You need to know about your topic to write because you wish that other people learn something from you. It means this also applies to writing. We need to know our topic to write because it is the most important thing to understand our topic and to learn our topic on what did he say. Let's proceed to number 4. Number 4, adjust your speech or writing to the context of the situation. So it means you need to adjust if ever you go to the other place and you didn't know what the language, so you need to listen carefully and understand the language. For example, if you go to the America, so you should use the English language, and the environment in which your speech or writing is to be delivered determines the kind of language you will use. And let's proceed to number 5. Work on the feedback given you. Once you receive comments from the listeners or readers, constructive criticisms will prove beneficial to you as you learn to address them. It means once if you receive comments from the listeners or readers, criticisms kindly, constructive criticisms will prove beneficial to you as you learn to address them. For example, work on the feedback. They give you address. So, for example, Mabini Street, Rizal Shrine. So you need to take note that and to take a knowledge, and every single time you need to follow the given feedback. And that's all, ma'am. Thank you and good day.
Also, effective oral communication. The first one is be clear about your purpose. You should know by heart your objective in communicating. Kinahanglan nga klaro imo ang purpose in terms of communication. Kay kung unsa imo ang purpose, kung sa imo goal, kung ano ka ni communicate, Gusto ba nimo mag-inform or mag-convince sa imong kastorya? The second one is be complete with the message you deliver. Make sure that your claims is supported by facts and essential information. Kinahanglan sa kompleto ang imong gi-share nga information or message. Then i-make sure po nimo nga supported imo ang mga claims by facts o kanang naka-provide kag mga essential information. The third one is be concise. You do not need to verbose or wordy with your statement. Brevity in speech is must. Diri nga part kay kanang dili ka kailangan mag-add og mga information nga dili related sa inyong topic o giistoryahan sa imo ang kastorya. Dapat katura mga esensya ang imo ang kuan sa imo ang kaistorya. 4. Be natural with your delivery. Punctuate is important words with appropriate gesture and movement. Exclude a certain degree or confident in if you do not feel confident enough. Kinahanglan daw kuno ka mag-show og mga gesture o movement o mga kanang ipakita kanang wala bitaw nimo ipakita imo ang confident when you are communicating. The last one is be specific and timely with your feedback. Inputs are most helpful when provided on time. When it comes to communication, kinahanglan jud nga specific o timely imo ang feedback kay kailangan mag-ani siya og kay makatabang man ni siya when provided on time.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Jade Cooley Banglos. Today, we tackled about 7 communication of effective written communication, which are essential principles for ensuring clarity, impact, and positive perception in your written messages. Adhering to these guidelines help you craft content that is easily understood, credible, and well received by your audience. First, be clear. Clarity in communication means ensuring your message is easily understood and free from ambiguity. Purposeful communication always starts with a clear understanding of your objective. What do you want your audience to know, feel, or do after reading your message? Use straightforward language and avoid jargon or technical terms that your audience may not understand. Construct your sentences in a way that the meaning is immediately apparent. Avoid complex sentence structures that can confuse the reader. Example, instead of saying our synergistic paradigm will facilitate a paradigm shift, say our teamwork will create significant change. Clarity prevents misunderstandings and ensures that your audience grasps your message quickly and accurately. Second, be concise. Conciseness means delivering your message using as few words as possible without sacrificing clarity. Eliminate redundancy, avoid repeating information or using multiple words when one will suffice. Stay focused, stick to the main point and avoid unnecessary tangents or details. Use strong verbs and precise nouns to convey your message effectively. Example, instead of saying due to fact that, say because. Conciseness respect your audience times and ensure that your message is more impactful and memorable. Number 3. Be concrete. Concreteness means supporting your claims with specific facts, figures, and examples rather than vague or abstract statements. Back up your assertion with solid evidence to build credibility. Provide enough detail so that your audience can visualize and understand your points. Use real-world examples to illustrate your early ideas and make them more relatable. Example, instead of saying our sales increased significantly, say our sales increased by 15% in the last quarter. Concreteness make your message more believable and persuasive as it demonstrates that you have solid foundation for your claims. 4. Definition. Correctness means ensuring that you're writing free from grammatical errors, typos, and factual inaccuracies. Attention to detail.
Ethics of communication. Communication ethics is the notion that people's behavior are governed by their morals, which in turn affects communication. It deals with the good that is present in any form of human communication. This includes interpersonal communication, mass-mediated communication, and digital communication. According to the National Communication Association, to emphasize the importance of ethics in communication, we need to know what is right and wrong when we are communicating. ethical communication is fundamental to responsible thinking, decision making, and the development of relationships and communities within and across context, cultures, channels, and media. Moreover, ethical communication enhances human worth and dignity by fostering truthfulness, fairness, and responsibility. I forgot another ones. Personal integrity and respect for self and others. For example, there is a charismatic leader, but he is also immoral. He understands how to persuade his followers with dazzling words that appeals to their emotions. Communication ethics not only the individual, it also concerns businesses, corporations, and professional entities. A business with unethical communication practices is not as effective as the one with ethical communication practices. For example, business with unethical communication practices may hold evidence that is harming the environment or breaking the law through a lack of transparency. While a business with unethical communication practices will immediately press to the affected parties. Unethical communication can have severe consequences, including damage to reputation, loss of trust, and even financial losses. In personal relationships, unethical communication can lead to conflicts, hurt feelings, strained relationships. To communicate ethically, we need to be mindful of our words that we are going to speak and be aware of our actions. This includes being truthful, respectful, and transparent in our interactions. We should be aware of our audience and tailor our message accordingly. In conclusion, ethics in communication is vital for building strong relationships, establishing trust, and achieving personal and professional goals. By being honest, respectful, and fair in our communication, we can create a positive and productive environment that benefits everyone involved. By adopting best practices for ethical communication, we can ensure that our interactions are effective, respectful, and beneficial to all parties. And that's all.
Good day, Ma'am Villadares. So, this is the 2015 developed the 10 basics of ethical communication using the principle learned in street talk and non-violent communication, as well as best practice for small group work. The number one is seek to answer the best in communication and interaction with other groups members. So, imong i-answer diri ang pinaka the best nga answer. Then second one is listen when others speak. So maminaw kuno ka kung kinsa yung istorya, kung ang istorya ang lain. And the third is speak non-judgmentally. So mag-istorya kuno kayo mga istorya nga dili ka mag-judge lain, kailangan imong medyo murag pa-humble na ba. And the fourth one is speak from your own experience and perspective. Expressing your own thoughts, needs, and feelings. So speak nimo imong kagalingon nga experience lang, dili mo pasubraan kay tuwa kuan kay ka na daghang kang experience. So kung sa imong na kuan nagian mo imong istorya. Then the five is seek to understand others. So imong kunong kuan ang imong sabton ng uban kung silang kuan ilang kaistorya na. Then number 6 is avoid speaking for others. Do not characterize what others have said, and do not assume that others share your opinion, beliefs, values, in conclusion. So avoid speaking for the others. Dili ka basta-basta mag-istorya sa lain kung unsay imong experience unsan kay wata kabalo kung ni mutuo ba to imong gi-istoryahan. And then 7 is manage your own personal boundaries. Share only what you are comfortable sharing. So kani may importante gani dapat natay kagalingong boundaries sa each other kay kung wala kay ano to. And then it is respect the personal boundaries of others. So respect mo, kailangan respetuhon mo na to ilang boundary. Kung ila ato kanang dili ta basta-basta nga magkuan kung unsa ilang gi-istoryahan dapat kung wa kay labot di na ta magapil-apil. And 9, avoid interrupting a conversation. So dili ta magkuan kanang interrupting kanang dili na to putlon ng ilang conversation pot makaltragsapaw di maayo. And the last one is make sure that everyone has time to speak, in that all members have equal airtime if they want it. So kanimo pinaka importante kailangan atong make sure nga tanan makaistorya dili lang kita ra may permente dapat ato pong panginaw ng ilang opinion. So that's all ma'am, thank you.